Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Fly to the Past. Today we're looking at a new upcoming game. You can see in the corner there, we've got our little playtest watermark, if you will. This is Deadstick-Bush Flight Simulator. And I have done a closed playtest of this already. This is an open playtest that is happening. And it is mostly designed to represent what a demo is going to be here in the future. So we're here at one of the airports. I have already worked through the tutorial, and I won't spoil it completely for you, but we'll just say that we've had an incident, and we are no longer working for the company that you start with. And this is 7 weeks after that incident, and we're here at Boyce Airfield, which is not the main airfield, but Boyce is a nice little mountain airport. You can see it's tucked here in the mountains. And we were tasked with a couple things up there in the top right corner. We need to find our new plane, the player hangar. And our player hangar is this red hangar here. You can see our little radar up top showing us how far we have to go. Can move a little faster here. Just jog over to the hangar. There we go. And here is our new plane. Now, the person that got it for us, Miss B, said it was a beater. You can see it's kind of worn a little bit. This is kind of a Super Cub-esque aircraft. And we are to repaint this airplane, so let's see what paint job we can do here. Modify aircraft. We'll respray it here. Let's see. I like this yellow and black paint job. We'll do that. It's not going to cost us anything. That's nice. We'll check out. Confirm. Time passes as we're getting it painted. Check out this hangar, by the way. This is a very nice hangar. Got a lathe over here in the corner. It's like a drill press. Yeah, got a drill press. Got a kind of a shaper mill thing going on here. Fuel drums. We got a couch up here in the front. It's a very nice hangar. Wish I had a hangar that nice. Rename. Let's rename our airplane. Now the original aircraft was Skywolf, so I'm just going to be basic, and we're going to call it Skywolf 2. We won't talk about what happened to Skywolf. I won't spoil that for you guys. You can play the tutorial and find out. So we've gotten a message here, and the way we handle the messages, we open the tool wheel with G, and we'll click on our phone here, and we'll scroll down to our messages. And this is what Miss B. Wayland has said. Let's see. Oh, I think messed up the. There we go. You see, she's questioning my name here. Skywolf 2 is the name I would have gone with, but okay. Just you can pick choices there. Confirming that we've renamed our airplane. And so this is where you'll sometimes get jobs here. This Clint Cox Chad, that was our contact for WWLF, which is the company you work for in the tutorial. Again, I won't spoil the incident. And here's some other features on the phone here. We've got games. We got games on our phone. This is kind of, I think it's fun. Just a little classic bird strike game. Fly along here and yeah, pass the time playing that. We also have an SOS function, so if you get stranded out in the middle of nowhere, you can hit the SOS function and you'll be transported back to the nearest airfield for repairs and what have you. Oh, got another message here. Hopefully this will be a job. Yes, so the storm that just went through. That was 7 weeks ago. As I said, I won't spoil the incident for you there, but the storm was 7 weeks ago. There's some damage here. So we're going to lend a hand and take a job. Mayor Taylor has a job for us. Bunch of old books and junk for his collection. Can you take it up to Morton? He can collect it from there. Send me the details. So here we have our job page, and this shows us where we're starting from here, where we're supposed to be going down here to Morton. And Morton is kind of the largest hub in this region. Eventually, there's going to be multiple regions here on this map, so you're on this island, and it's heavily inspired by Alaska. The terrain is very rugged. So eventually, as you play this game, the different regions will get unlocked. Right now, I don't think most of the regions are active. We're just focusing on the one region and getting everything sorted out. This game has been in development for a very long time. I personally have been looking forward to it since, well, it's been on my wish list for since 2019, March of 2019, I believe. But I knew about it before then, so since about 2018, we'll say, I've been looking forward to this game, and it's finally showing some progress, and so far it is so much fun to play, and I'll talk more about it here in a little bit, but for now, let's get this job going, and we'll kind of show what the mechanics look like, the day-to-day job of flying these jobs in Deadstick. So here we have our layout of what the job is, so where we're coming from, going to, and then our cargo is 3 pieces, 15 pounds, 1 cardboard D box, 5 pounds, and 2 cardboard B 5-pound boxes. This is what we'll get paid, and here's our XP that we'll get, as well as you have different metrics to go by that get you more pay and better jobs. That's your skill, reliability, care, and safety. So each one of these things count towards your reputation as a pilot, and you'll eventually get better jobs and higher paying jobs as well, the more you build your reputation. So we're going to go ahead and accept this job, and also right here is our heading that we want, our distance time. So there is no GPS in this game. You have to figure out all this stuff kind of old school, pilotage, dead reckoning, that sort of thing, which I very much enjoy. And it's not too bad. The maps, the distances are not super far, so it's really not bad. Once you fly around a little bit, you kind of know the terrain, and you can fly various places pretty easy. So we'll go ahead and accept the job. Greg can be prickly, especially with outsiders. Okay, that's good to know. So, oops, hit the wrong button there. We didn't want to see the job again. Go back. So the cargo is conveniently located here at Boise, so we'll go ahead and get our chocks removed. And we'll push our airplane outside the hangar. And you'll see the stuff popping up on the control surfaces. I will show you that here in just a second, what that is. For now, we're going to push this airplane out of the hangar. So you can attach your tow bar and use your WASD keys, and moving the mouse like so, back and forth, turns your wheel, which I hope eventually they make a way to free look, like turn your head, because it's very difficult right now to see where you're going, especially if you're going backwards. You can't really tell which direction you're going. It's not too bad going forwards, but we'll just go ahead and stop right there. Here's our cargo, and most cargo areas at the airports are like this. They have a white box around them, and they have a little flag to tell you where they're at. And you can also see up on the compass radar up top, there's your little indicator telling you where to pick up cargo, and when you get to the place you're dropping off, that will be a very similar icon but with a red arrow pointing down to show you where to drop off, which we'll see here in a little bit when we fly over to Morton. But let's go ahead and get this loaded, and then we'll do a pre-flight, and I'll show you what those buttons are. So we can remove the rear seat here, which I'm going to go ahead and show you that. So I like to take that rear seat out. You have more cargo space. So we have this cargo area, and we have this little small cargo area here, which you can use. So I think I'm going to load this little guy. We'll take that. We'll put it old flying notes. I like that. I approve. We'll see if we can put that in there. And you'll see it affects your weight and balance as well. So you have to be mindful, just like you would in the real world, about where you put your cargo, as well as fuel affects that as well. That there, actually, I want to put that up here so we have a little bit forward CG. And I'll stack the other one on top of it. I don't want to have too far aft CG. There we go. Close that up. And we'll go ahead and do our pre-flight here. And to do that, we'll open our tool wheel, get the checklist out, and it highlights everything nicely. Got some nice detail, I think. So we'll highlight our brakes here. We're at 100%. Top here is good. And we can check our fuel sump. Like so. No water in it. Check that. Get rid of that. Clear. Check the wing. Now I found that the order of this is a little funky, so I actually stay at the front of the wing here. I know it's a little goofy, but there's a reason for that. I'll show you. Move our ailerons around. Check our flaps. Those are good. This right here is why I stay up front. Because the stall horn, I feel like it's a little bit out of order of how I would do it on an actual airplane. What I would have done, usually I would start where you get out of the airplane, so I would have started on the other side. I would have checked brakes, tire, fuel sump, wing, so on that side. Come around the front, check your cowling underneath on that side, check the prop, check the cowling on this side, brake, tire, wheel, wing, then around to the back. And to me, that's a better flow in the real world, but this is how they have this set up. You can go out of order. You can select, as you can see, you can hit X there on the sidebar and select a different item and go out of order. But if you want to do it the order they have it, this is the way they have it set up. Check fuel drain on this side. No water. Check that. Check that. And then we go to the back here. And again, I would do this in a little different order, but this is how they have it, so this is how we're doing it. Check that. Check the rudder. Tail wheel. I find the tail wheel pretty hard to get the right spot. There we go. Looking good. And we'll go up front to the engine. Back under the wing here. Open the cowlings up. Our starter. Check the battery. Check the drive belt. We'll check our oil. We do a left click there. 3.6 quarts. That's pretty good. Check that off. Check the oil filter off. That one's pretty hard for me to get just the right spot. Come on. There it is. Got it. Hard to get that air filter. Check our magnetos, alternator, the vacuum pump, spark plugs, and cylinder. And then we'll close and lock the cowling. Now, of course, some of this is not things you regularly check on a pre-flight, but we're going to do it anyway because we have the ability to. Now we have an inside check. So we'll go ahead and open our door here, climb aboard, check our fuel. We've got just over half a tank, like 3/4 of a tank. That's pretty good to get us to Morton. Flaps can be lowered here. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and put them up because we'll have to do that eventually anyway. Fuel selector is on both. It is, yes, on both. These are off. That's off. Circuit breakers in secure. Check. Lights can come on. Master switch on. Oh, it was off. Whoops. Didn't look at it right. There we go. Window is closed. Flaps are up. Again on fuel both. Trim is set to neutral. Yes. Avionics again off. Now we can turn the master switch on. There we go. Check these again. Close the door. And we'll check our throttle here. Uh-oh. My key bindings seem to have left. Let's fix that here. Remap controls. Oh, we don't have anything mapped. Okay. Well, this is actually pretty easy to do. So we'll just go here, throttle up and down, increase throttles that, and it'll automatically change it. I have a Bravo set up here. Raise and lower flaps. Raise flaps with that button. Lower flaps with that button. Trim up and down. Trim, trim up, trim down. There we go. And that should be really all I need. Oh, we'll change the mixture here. Axis 3. Carb heat. We'll change to this axis. Should be good now. Don't know why that changed because I just played it the other day. Working on the tutorial and it worked just fine. Okay. Check that. Go pull with that. Now I'm gonna apologize in advance because the one annoying thing right now is the little menu down there in the lower right that shows the controls. Every time I touch a different control peripheral, it flashes that back and forth between them, and it's kind of obnoxious, so I do apologize for that, but that is the one bug that I've found so far. There's our engine going, starlight's out, oil pressure is coming up. That's good. Ammeter is charging. Suction is registering. And we'll make sure we set this correctly here. Let's see. It should be like 28. I don't think that actually does anything right now, but that's fine. And we're flying south. We'll have that heading bug about 193. Actually, let's make sure it agrees with that first. Yes. Okay. And radios, we can turn those on. We do have an ADF. Well, we don't have the gauge. Never mind. Since this is a beater, we have this, but not the gauge, which is special. We'll have that. Okay, we'll close that, and we will get going here. There's that flashing I was talking about. Just a little bit obnoxious. It's acting like I still got my checklist open. That's funny. There we go. Oh, I wonder if is that gone now? Oh yes, excellent. Since I'm not in the tutorial, it's gone now. That is perfect. It was very annoying in the tutorial to have that happen. Let's get going here. Talk a little bit about the flight model, which is a flying game. That's the whole point of it, right? The flying model. I think the flying model is pretty good. It's like a mix between sim and arcade, I would say. So we can actually do a run up here. We do get mag drop there, which I appreciate. Heartbeat doesn't actually do anything, but we can pretend, right? So one thing I don't think it's quite right on the flight model. I think the left turning tendencies, the P factor and all that, is a little bit overdone. You have to very much anticipate it a little bit more. I actually anticipated pretty good there. In the closed playtest I did, it was really overdone. And we're up. Tells us our takeoff distance. I don't... As a whole, the flight model is very enjoyable to me. I did do some slow flight in the previous closed playtest, and it felt really good. Of course, in an aircraft in slow flight, you have to have a lot of engine power in, so a lot of RPM, and that creates a pretty large amount of left turning tendencies, so a lot of right rudder, and it mimicked that pretty well. I was pretty hard on the right rudder. I was at about 1900 RPM to keep level, and I was flying really slow. All the flaps out, I think I was down to like 40 or 45, and it felt pretty good. You know, you could turn it with the rudders, let off the rudders a little bit, and it would kind of turn just like it felt when I was in flight training. You know, you're kind of wandering around the sky, going really slow, just right on the edge of that stall horn. That felt really solid to me. The one thing that most flight simulations that I've messed with don't ever get right is the way an aircraft feels in a slip. The aerodynamics of a slip are not well done in most flight sims, and that's true here. The aerodynamics don't really work, but you can still do it. You can still put it in a slip. But it trims out very nicely, as you can see here. I'm trimmed out pretty good, just cooking along. I've had so much fun flying this game. It is a perfect mix of flight simulation and like a business management type of game. So if that's your thing, you will absolutely love this game. And obviously there's not much content yet because it's still in development, but I feel like the more content that comes out, the better this is going to be. All the different regions that you can unlock, get your reputation up, and hopefully they'll eventually also do other aircraft. As of right now, they don't have any other aircraft. This is the only one you have, this Super Cub-like aircraft. But it's pretty solid so far, I feel like. And I haven't had too terrible performance. I would say my computer is like a mid-grade computer. It's nothing crazy. And it's running pretty well. I was getting 40 FPS most of the time. This is a lot smoother. This demo playtest is a lot smoother than the first one I did, and I have only had a couple stutters here and there, but so far it's looking very good. And the development team has been working very hard on this, and I very much appreciate them bringing this to the market, because it's had some rocky starts, as it were. I believe it went through at least one, if not two, developers. The original creator, Chris Cheatham, I think was his name, and he was the one that originally came up with the concept and started the ball rolling several years ago on this. Like I said, I've been known about it since 2018. I think it's even older than that, the idea of it. But they finally have settled on a development studio. Mythrite is the ones that have taken it over, and they have done a great job so far getting things nailed down and getting some stuff to test, and I've enjoyed it so much so far. So while I've been yapping away, we actually got pretty close to Morton. It's just on the other side of this hill that's off to our right. I'm going to go ahead and pull my power back a little bit. And we're going to do kind of a non-standard approach because we're bush pilots, so we can do that. Jump up a little bit here, lose some speed. You can just see the runway just right over here. Right there's Morton. So what we're going to do is we're going to come around the side of this hill, join a left base, and stick it on the runway. 2, because we're technically on base. We'll just come around the mountain here. Morton is the biggest airport, I think, in this region. And it has everything a pilot could possibly desire. We've got fuel, maintenance hangars. Several cargo companies are out of this airport. So you can get multiple jobs out of here going different places, which is what we'll probably end up doing here in a minute. Loose altitude here. Let's try to slip and see what happens here. See, it just kind of wallers through the sky. It doesn't really kick sideways very well, but can't have it all, I don't think. Wind's kind of showing the other runway, but it's pretty gentle, so we'll take the tailwind. I'm probably going to ruin this landing because I came in so hot and high. What I get for trying to talk and fly at the same time, I guess. Leave the speed off. Wow, that wasn't terrible. A little firm. Didn't bounce though. 336 feet. Alright. Whip it around here. I achieved in one piece. Okay. Fuel usage, I think, is a little off from realistic, but I think that was done on purpose. Because if you could fly a lot farther if the fuel consumption was a little bit lower, like it's more realistic. And that would kind of defeat the need for fuel in a way. It wouldn't be as big of a crisis. Because you do have to plan accordingly. You have to pay attention to your fuel, because some airports do not have fuel. And you'll get yourself caught. I got myself in trouble in the closed play test because I thought I had enough fuel. I did not have enough fuel. I did not make it, and I had to land out in the woods somewhere. But that's what the SOS function is for. But that was fun that it actually mattered. That running out of fuel was an actual problem. Because it felt realistic to me. It felt like, hey, if I don't get fuel here, I'm not gonna make it. And I didn't make it because I didn't have fuel available at the airport. So it was a pretty real life situation, and it was a lot of fun to actually land out in the clearing and make it work, despite really technically making a mistake and not getting fuel. We'll cruise over here to the Aries cargo ramp, and we'll show you some other stuff that I neglected to show you at Boyce because I wanted to show you cargo runs, because it is a lot of fun to just keep running the jobs, keep making the money, advancing your reputation and your bush pilot career. Go ahead and shut the engine off here. Shut that off. And we should have shut that off before we killed the engine, but that's okay. Everything else is... I always forget to put the flaps up in this thing when I land for some reason. Alright, and we got a ramp check. Oh. I think that's left over from the incident, we'll call it. Multiple issues found. Do better next time. Yes, sir. I will do better next time. So you get these ramp checks every once in a while. Here is one of my favorite pieces of scenery right here. I love that they have added a static DC-3 model at various airports. DC-3 is one of my all-time favorite airplanes, and it's so nice to see those sitting around the ramp. And we also have this lovely de Havilland DHC-2 Beaver. Look at that, on amphib floats. Very Bush pilot, very Alaska, very nice. So we will unload our cargo here. And like I said earlier, there's your little indicator up top with your red arrow showing where to drop it. We'll run over here and do that. Grab this one out of here. Just drop it from 18 feet in the air. Fine. Not delicate. Dusty books. This, for some reason, that mechanic cracks me up every time, because even if you have fragile cargo, you just drop it right on the ground. Awesome, so there's our payment. So we got some bonuses there. We got no cargo damage. We got weather bonus for some reason, even though it was really nice weather. We got a bonus for care. Very nice. So we got $9,050 out of that, and 100 XP to our pilot level. And we got a couple messages here. Let's see what people are texting us. This is the nostalgia of this phone, just so great. It's the old, like a Nokia or something. Love it. Mayor Greg Taylor. Well, look what the storm blew in. Get to me mainlanders here. They're rabble rousers, troublemakers. Supposed to keep the community safe from the likes of you. B tells me you're looking for work. Why should I care? Ooh, we have some options here. Because I'm a good pilot, because folks should help each other. I delivered your stuff, didn't I? I'm gonna be nice, and we're gonna say because folks should help each other. Plenty of locals who need my help more than you. We all trust B and she vouches for you. I guess that buys you a chance. Reputation matters around here. You have to put in the work. Prove yourself. Go check the job board at Morton. If you earn a 1-star reputation there, I'll be in touch. So Mr. Taylor wants us to actually have some cred to our name, some reputation. Miss B. Wayland risked it all for us. We made it. Everything in good shape too. Well, of course. Mayor Taylor should be in touch with me with more work. Just take care of Skywolf too, okay? She's all yours now. If she ever needs a tune-up, let me know. Wow, B is just the greatest. Taking care of us. So, we will check the job board, and the job board is in the briefing hut. And there's these briefing huts at pretty much every airport. You can go in here and do a couple different things. We'll show you here. So we'll jump in here. We've got oil. We can buy our oil here. We've got a fax machine. So that is another mechanic that I'll try to show you here. You can take pictures of landmarks and then fax those in and get, I think it was like $150 in the closed playtest. You get an extra little bit of cash because you took pictures of a landmark. And we could pay our landing fees, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. We got 3 landing fees stacked up. Ouch. $1,620. And we can check the weather here on the computer. And this is another nostalgic piece right here. Isn't that nice? It's like it's Windows 98, maybe 95. Nice. Okay, so we got our weather briefing. This is the, we'll call it the complicated format. This is a regular old METAR format. 1719 Zulu, 180 variable, 2 knots. Clear view at 6500, 3 Celsius minus 15 dew point. And that is in, what they call it, the QNH and Pascals. I'm not used to that. It's very British, which is fair because it's a UK-based development company. But we can switch this to a more simplified version. See here, we'll hold our center mouse wheel, and we'll switch that. So here's our visibility, 5.4 nautical miles, view at 6,500 feet clouds, 2 knots of wind, 3 Celsius, 28 inches of mercury, and it's 0 minutes old. We just got that. Here's our runway information, 1836, 6,720 26 feet long, 144 feet wide. It's paved. This is a very nice, large runway. We also have an NDB and a VOR here, which if we had that in our aircraft, it would actually work. And you could follow that to the airport. I did test it out in the closed playtest. So they have that function as well. So let's go ahead and get out of here. And we'll go to the job board here. We have a couple jobs on the board. We can go to Jones. And we can go back to Boyce. I'm going to go to Jones. That's a very short hop. This one pays more, though. Let's go this one. Let's go to Jones. That's just straight south, basically. And this is one of my favorite runs, and I'll show you why. Once we get it loaded up, we go. So we got 3 pieces, 15 pounds, not too bad. First aid kits. Okay, that's typical of Jones. They have a little medical center there. Get this, 185. Okay. Accept that job. So we gotta collect the cargo from Dashy Deliveries. Let's get out of here. Ouch. Hit myself with the door. It's about to be dark. I think we can make it. Where Dashy Deliveries is all the way over there. Okay. Let's see. What is sunset, actually? We can check and see what sunset is. Sunset is 17:45. I'm going to say we don't have time to make it before dark. And see, again, this is part of the decision-making process that you can do in this game. You have to decide for yourself, am I going to make it before dark or not? Because we're not rated for nighttime yet. We will get dinged and fined for flying at nighttime. Also, Jones does not have lights on the runway, so that would make it difficult for another reason. Okay, let's scoot over there and get the cargo loaded at least, and then we will take a nap and wake up in the morning and do it again. That is the plan. I could also show you the maintenance hangar while we're at it. We'll load the cargo and go to the maintenance hangar. How about that? Check that out. Okay. So we got our 3 packages going to Jones Medical Center apron. Now we could have stacked jobs. Oh, we gotta open it first. Just do this. There we go. We can stack jobs, provided that it doesn't go overweight, obviously, and that you have cargo space. But we could have also taken that job to Boyce and then gone to Jones first, then gone to Boyce with the other job. That is totally doable. But for the sake of showing this, I'm going to go to Jones and get a different job and try to go to a different airfield besides just the ones we've been to. Can't stand in the way at the door. Okay, let's go over to the maintenance hangar. I'll show you that real quick. And then we will scooch over to the hangar and go to bed. Fatigue is also a factor. So you could fly for so long and do so many jobs in a row that you get fatigued. I haven't found out what happens with that, but it is a possibility. And that is one of the things you can get dinged for on your ramp check, is flying fatigued. Oh, I rolled over the pallet, I think. Okay, here. Let's put bush tires for running over stuff. Yeah, see, we would not have made it, I don't think. It's already getting close to dark. I'm gonna take a few minutes to get over to Jones. It's not that far. but I'm gonna play it safe. But you don't have to play it safe. If you want to play it, take a couple risks. It is a game after all. You can take risks and do that, like I did with Fuel in my road playtest. I'm gonna change my view here. So you could fly in third person the whole time if you wanted to. I just cannot fly in third person for whatever reason. I can't do it. I have to be inside the airplane. And I don't know if that has anything to do with being a real pilot or if that's just flying too many flight simulator games. I don't know why, but I struggle in third person. Other people don't. Other people like flying in third person. We'll scooch into the maintenance hangar here. And we'll jump out. Shut this off first. And we'll see what we can do in the maintenance hangar. I'll show you that. Maintain aircraft. So right now I don't really have anything terrible going on. Let's see what I got. Repair battery, repair undercarriage, repair wheels. Maybe $1,420. How bad is this stuff actually? See, this is the other thing you can decide is, do I really want to do these repairs? Because how bad is this stuff really? Is it 90%? 90%? 52. Ooh. 152%. I don't think that was from my hard landing, was it? Maybe. Battery's at 90%. So I am going to repair. I'm going to repair the undercarriage here. And then I'm going to repair the battery. It's actually at 94%. Let me do that. We'll do the undercarriage because that's pretty rough. Fix that. $910 to fix that. Gonna take 2 hours. Okay. Now, let's scooch over to our hangar and sleep the rest of the night off. Duck under the wing. There we go. Crouch. Okay. Start this puppy up and go over to our hangar. Beautiful. We'll just ease on out of here. Oil pressure's coming up nicely, as it should. Yeah, there we go. Can't see nothing. Don't wreck it. No. And we'll scooch over to that, which has conveniently left open. Go towards the light. In this case, it's a good thing. Can we whip this around? Flip it around and we'll pull it into the hangar, just like the real Cubs. Good. We'll leave the beacon on, just like I do in the real world, because that lets you know if you have accidentally left your master on. So you see the beacon flashing. We have a flashlight. We can turn on. There we go. Check that out. Nice red flashlight. Jump out here. And we'll drag this thing into the hangar, and then we'll go to bed. And this is what I was talking about not really being able to see where you're going if you're going backwards. Ooh, I hit. Did I hit that? Pretty hard to tell. Yeah. Yeah. Smacked it. Nice. Need a line painted outside here to get with my hangar guy. There we go, that's better. There we go. There we go. Somebody didn't make the hangar door wide enough either. It needs to be about 2 feet wider. Okay. Now, we'll go to bed and wake up in the morning and do it all over again. Sleep until dawn. There we go. Bright and early, 5:44 in the morning. All right. Let's do a little, see how much fuel we got first and foremost. We got just about half a tank, a little over half a tank on each side. We'll get some fuel. So we'll push it out of the hangar, go over to the fuel pumps, get some fuel, do a pre-flight, and we'll go to Jones. And smash all the wings. Not really. Over to the fuel pumps. Here we go. Get close, but not too close. That is good. Right there. Perfect. Okay. Get the fuel pump. Go. Look at that. Comes on just like your little thing. We'll go at half on this side first. A little over half this side. Half on this side. And we can go more. We can go to 3/4. You can never have too much fuel unless you're on fire. That'll do. We're still well within our envelope there on the center of gravity. A little bit aft CG, but can't have it all. It should still fly fine. Base fuel nozzle, $107. It's pretty cheap fuel. How much we put in there? There we go. Oh, I forgot we were going to do a pre-flight. Almost forgot. See, usually I do my pre-flight before I get fuel. That's how you know you don't have fuel. You do your pre-flight. Always make sure you sump your fuel after you get fuel, by the way. There have been cases where brand new fuel out of fuel pumps have caused issues because of water in the fuel right out of the pump. No, I'm talking about in real life, of course, not in the game here. Just a little tip for you if you're flying. Always check your fuel. No water. Awesome. Beautiful. Back here, check our tail feathers. Beautiful. Very nice. And there's that pesky tail wheel. 87% on that. We should fix that soon. Don't let it get too low. Check our propeller. Pop that open. Our motor. Pop this open. Beautiful. How much oil we got? Maybe. They'll let me. There we go. 3.5, so 1.1 quarts. That's pretty good. Pretty typical. Means the engine's not in terrible shape, which is good. Don't have excessive oil consumption. Beautiful. Very nice. Airplane is in excellent shape. Check that off. Inside we go. Plenty of fuel this time. That is lowered, yes. Thank you. That is on both. That is off. That is... Oops, went too far over. I thought it said master. Maybe yes. There we go. There we go. Turn those on. That's off. Window is closed. Flaps can go up. Realistically, you probably flaps down before you did your outside checks, but set that neutral. Beautiful. Avionics off again. Master switch come on. Checked. Closed. Alright, check that. Open that just a smidge. That. Primer. It's cold, so we'll give it time. Like a champ. Fuel pressure's coming up. Star Wars out. A little too much throttle. We don't have a parking brake on this aircraft. And suction. Instruments are looking okay, I think. Oh, I had some stutter there. Steady, yeah, pretty close. Okay, cool. And we got 10 XP for doing our checks. Very nice. So we'll close this. Zoom that back out. Technically, we should be getting a weather briefing and everything this morning, but it looks fine, so we're just gonna not have that. Thank you. There's another DC-3. Beautiful. I'm gonna have to make friends with those guys. Pretty calm wind. We're gonna take the tailwind. We'll take off of 1.8. This will be pointed in the right direction. And I'm gonna show you why Flying Jones at Morton is one of my favorite runs to do. Stop here real quick. Check our systems. And suction's good. And that is charging. Okay. That's good. We're gonna try to do a max performance takeoff too. I'll try to show up, which is probably gonna end badly. We shall see. So I'm gonna hold the brakes out here. We're technically not. I mean, there's plenty of runway back that way. There's also plenty of runway that way, so I'm not gonna bother back taxiing. I'll just take the intersection to take off. So we've got plenty of runway for this cub here. So hold the brakes, full power. Good, off the brakes. That tail up. There's that P factor I was talking about. A little bit strong. And there's our speeds alive. Pop 2 notches of flaps and off the ground we go. Look at that. 64 isn't very short, but whatever. It's still fun to try. Nose down here, just stay low, because Jones is just on the other side of that hill. I'm not even going to bother pulling power, because this is why it's so much fun to me, because you can just race down this runway, just keep runway heading, keep her low and keep her fast. pointed right at that hill. Screaming along at 115 miles an hour. Start pulling up to the hill. Speed will bleed off. And you'll see how perfect this is once we pop right over this hill. We'll pull power right as soon as we come over the hill too. And everything's gonna work out just perfect. Level out over the top of the hill. And there's Jones runway. And we can just enter a left downwind. Pull power out a little bit. Look at that. Just perfect. It's so much fun to do. Just jam the firewall the throttle, take off, just go. Do this at Jones. This is another one of those. This is pretty typical of the rest of the runways. No runway numbers, no markings. Touchdown zone, power. Just there a little bit there. And flaps. Down to about 65. Start the nose drop. It's pretty predictable flight model too, which is really nice because you know what to expect. Second notch flaps, slow on to 60. We'll just bring her right on around. A little off, a little too tight. That's okay. Notch flaps. Get her slow. 55 is looking good. Trim. Slow to about 50 here on short final. Power out. Threshold. Hard to tell depth perception for some reason on this game, but we would pretend like it was fine. Slow down here. Gave me an okay landing, 0 skill. I have no skill. Oh well, it's fun. Alright, so here we are at the apron Jones. No notable issues found. Thanks, buddy. Oh, I put him in here. Forgot. Alright. See, I did it again. I forgot to put the flaps back up. I don't ever forget that in the real world. That's because I fly Cherokee with the classic Johnson bar flaps. You just push the lever all the way to the floor and it's fine. Alright. We actually got some reliability and care bonuses. That's nice. Got a care bonus at Jones. Okay. Good. $1,787. Very nice. Got a message. Got 3 messages. Oh my. Everybody wants to talk to me. Congratulations on your recent success in the cargo delivery sector. Be considered for working for international consignment services. Pay is high and our standards are higher. ICS openings are posted regularly to the appropriate job boards. So this is one of the companies we can work for. Oh, she's very excited. I admire from dashing. Oh, exclamation point in every sentence. Thanks for hailing that delivery. I was worried we'd never find a pilot. But now we're part of the Dashi family. I think is what that says. Happy to help. Yes, that's what it says. Really appreciate it. Bleak Rock is our #1 priority. Urgent loose packages at Morton need delivering ASAP. Okay, technically every package is urgent, but oh, she's late for a meeting. Gotta go. Boy, she's very excited. Brad Stockwell. Heard you're working with other cargo companies, aka the competition. He's been from WWLF. No hard feelings, big buddy. You gotta make money. I get it. You're saying Aries is bigger, bolder, and better. Find us on the job boards, okay? Let's make it happen. With 3 exclamation points. Brad is ready for us to fly for him. He works for Aries, I guess. Okay. So there's 3 different cargo companies we can work for and do jobs for. Very good. Well, let's go find one of those jobs and see if we can get to a different airfield. I'm going to run all the way over here. There's the WWLF hangar that we started out at in the tutorial. It's a very nice hangar. I'm not going to say that the company would be a nice one to work for in the real world. Clint was very snarky. We'll say that. Very jaded, it seemed. Which added a little bit of... It was interesting conversations you'd had with him. Let's pay our landing fees here. I try not to let those stack up too much, because that gets expensive. Check the weather. Looking good. Very nice weather. Gust speeds of 1 knot. Oh no. Whatever shall we do? Let's play early. Let's see what we got. Coal. Oh, we want to go to coal. That is a cool one. So we will do... Let's stack them. I think we can. Let's see, that's 3 pounds. So we'll take that one, short hop. And that one is 2 pounds. Oh yeah, we could do that. We can stack them. Alright. So we'll go, here's my plan. We'll go to Morton, drop this job off we got here, pick up another job, and then fly to coal, and then we'll see where that takes us. Although I don't know if I can do that. This demo, I think, is supposed to only be like 3 jobs. So it might end for me, since I just took 2. Hopefully not. Because I do want to... I just want to keep playing. It's this... Every time I've touched this game, this is only the 2nd playtest I've been a part of, I just want to keep playing. I think I played the other playtest for... I don't know, I might have sank 10 or 15 hours in it. And it was only like a 3-day playtest, but I would have sank more time in it, but you know, real life calls. It's been such a fun game. that's the one going to Cole. And this is the stuff going to Morton's. We'll stack this up front here. Actually, I'll just stack it on top. That makes more sense. Unless that screws up our CG. It shouldn't. It's not that heavy. Yeah, it's fine. Light stuff. Newspapers, apparently. People still read the newspaper up here in Bleak Rock. Okay, we're loaded up. Let's go. The going back to Morton is also nice from Jones because it's so simple. No pre-flight on this necessary because we just flew in here. We got places to go, people to see. Let's go. Let's go ahead and taxi to the end of the runway that we landed on. I was going to just take off from here, but the wind is kind of favoring where we landed anyway, so. If you take off going this way, it should be like southwest-ish. Take off that direction, all you got to do is make a right-hand turn. Now go around the hill and you're looking right at Morton. But this way we'll just go up over the hill. We'll still be looking right at Morton. We'll just land on 3-6 at Morton. See our little VOR station over there. I think it's actually technically an NDB on this one, in this airport. I don't think it has VOR that jumps, but make sure that's up, make sure our trim is neutral. It's pretty good. Alright, now away we go. Didn't anticipate very well that time. Hill and down the other side. Just like that, looking at Morton. Big, beautiful runway to land on. We're doing unconventional pilot things. Because we can. Pappy's actually working. Which flaps? I usually like to try to land long and Morton, especially from this direction. Well, actually only from this direction, I guess I should say. Because all the taxiways are all the way at the other end. It takes forever to get there. We'll go third notch here. A little high. Let's hold that one too. Getting all the firm landings this time. Oh, I got good on that. +2 skill. That's okay, we're gonna tank it and go to coal. Coal is very difficult to get to. Okay, so we made it over to the cargo ramp here. We'll unload the Morton cargo. Oh, this quick. And one more. Nice. Get that all taken care of. Oh, and we earned a 1 star here, Morton. That must be what that message is about. $1,500. Oh, well, that's it. That's unfortunate. So that is the only available demo content we have, unfortunately. I was going to try to show the other airfields, but that's fine. Well, through the power of editing and reloading a save, I am back, even though that was the end of the playtest demo content, because I wanted to show you guys a couple things. Specifically the other airstrips, as well as this other game mechanic that I mentioned, taking pictures of landmarks. So I'm flying towards this fire tower up here, which coincidentally looks like it's on fire. They must have the wood stove going. Kicking. But we're gonna go take a picture of this, and then we're gonna go over to coal, which is just over there, on the other side of that cliff. And I am going to try to get in there. It's very difficult. First, let's do this. Pull up our camera here. We can zoom in on this. And it should give us a green box when we get close enough to get a good picture of it here. Maybe. It's gonna make a liar out of me. it goes. Yellow because it's not quite good. And there's green, so we'll snap a picture. And we can fax that in for rewards. We'll close the camera out first. So I'll show you that here once we get to coal. I also reloaded because I just didn't want to stop playing. It's so much fun. So enjoyable. And I just didn't want to stop. We're just going to keep flying around here. Let's see, there's the canyon for Boyce. We just came out of. And I think that's where. It's on the other side of one of these cliffs here. Wait a minute. That one. Must be this one. Yeah, there it is, right there. You just see the windsock there, below our cowling. So this is coal, and this is a very, very challenging strip to get into. Look at that, right in between two cliffs. And a short uphill runway. And that's a good sign when you see wrecked airplanes. It's always a good sign. Okay, we're gonna try to get in here. It's really, really not easy. Pull the power back here, lose some speed. We gotta drag it in. Flaps. Second notch. Go ahead and go third notch out here, just get slow. And lose some altitude here. See if we can do this. We're gonna be way too close. We need to do some S-turns here. Maybe. It's very short. Okay. This might work. Maybe. I don't know. Probably gonna crash and burn. I always do come from this runway. And yes, you can damage your airplane. I don't know if I said that or not, but you can wreck it. I'll take it. Keep it on the runway. Oh, that's bad. Bad at all. Ooh, that's a rough strip. Alright. So here's coal. Take a look at this place. It's just one of those out in the middle of nowhere boondock backcountry runways. We got a good landing on that one. Nice. I'll show you the faxing thing and then we'll hop to another strip that's off at a lake just to kind of give you an idea of what's available. Here. Go ahead and fax this picture in. Faxed it in. There we go. We got 150 bucks. Can I take one of these jobs? Good. I want to. Let's go to the other field. I can't remember what it's called for the life of me. We'll find out here in a minute. Okay, remember to put the flaps up would be doing good. All right. Oh, we gotta put the mixture in first for a start. There we go. Let's roll. There's another crashed airplane over there, looks like. We're stutter. Oh yeah. You can't park there, bud. Okay, let's try this again. We're gonna do a max performance takeoff. I'm just gonna let her eat. Ooh, should pull hard on this one. And off we go. 447 takeoff distance. Alright, the other runway is over here by Greyhound Lake, which is a very nice, large lake. There's the lake, Greyhound Lake. There's a waterfall here too. Just see if we can check out and fly past. Then you kind of look around at the terrain. It's very Alaska-esque terrain. There's another fire tower over there. Somewhere over here on this side of the lake is the waterfall. I think there's our river actually over there. So it should be over here somewheres. Yeah, here we go. Should be right about here. There's the waterfall. Not quite Niagara Falls, but it's pretty good. Check it out. Ain't that pretty? I think they've even updated the water from the last playtest. It looks much better. That looks pretty good. Not gonna lie, it looks nice. It's not, you know, ultra realistic graphics, but it's just enough to satisfy that need for realism, for me anyway. So it's a nice little mix of sim and arcade, I think. The runway is just between these cliffs, I believe. Yes, there it is. You can just barely see it there above our cow right there. I'm gonna go ahead and get slowed down. Do a little dog leg approach, kind of. There we go. Oh, minus 62 feet per minute. Let's go. Too much brakes. 327-foot landing. We're at Lawless. That's what it's called. Lawless. Got a greaser plus 10 skill. Very nice. So this is one of the other landing fields that I wanted to show you. Another one of those backcountry strips that doesn't have a lot. No fuel. There's, of course, a briefing hut, just like there is at every other runway landing field, but no fuel to speak of, and no maintenance hangar. So, uh-oh, I think I wrecked it. I did. I clipped the tower. Well, let's fix that. How bad is it? Oh, that's not that bad. Yeah. Yeah, ding that a little bit. Wrinkled the fabric just a smidge, but that's fine. We'll just pretend like that didn't happen. So that's a good example. I'm gonna pretend like I did that on purpose to show you what happens if you accidentally wreck your plane. Something. Yeah, I did it on purpose. It's really fast at pushing this airplane around. You must have Hercules legs or something. Go this way. The briefing hut is over here. Oh, there's a ditch there. Oh my. I'm just tearing this airplane all up. That's okay. Nothing a little speed tape won't fix. And like I said, here's a briefing hut. Just see. It would be cool if these had some mystery gas in them. So if you did need fuel, you could use them in like an emergency, but it would possibly cause damage. You have like a risk to take. I think that would be cool. Anyway, here's your typical, once again, briefing hut and job board. It's a pretty standard layout at every airfield, just some don't have maintenance and fuel. So that is where I will end this. We already kind of reached the limit earlier on what we could do in the demo playtest. But that gives you an idea of what you can do in Deadstick. It's the most fun I've had in a long time in a game. You know, there's a lot of games I play that are fun, that are enjoyable, but this checks every box for me. You've got the flying, which I love. Flying is something I enjoy doing in the real world, and I also enjoy flying in Flight Simulator, as most of my videos here are. But that has that, it scratches that itch of the flying the airplane, and the flight model, as I mentioned, is just enough real that it feels right. There's a little bit of sim aspect to it and a little bit arcade aspect to it, but I would say it's probably 80% sim and maybe 20, maybe even 90-10 to me. It feels very realistic, but just enough arcade to keep it fun and not be as serious as it could be. The management aspect of it is very enjoyable to me. I like the building your reputation, building your business up, getting more clients, better paying jobs, that progression, as well as being able to upgrade your airplane, which is, I'm sure you noticed in the maintenance hangar that is disabled in the demo, but that's going to be a feature in the full-fledged game where you can upgrade different components of your aircraft and make it better and last longer maintenance-wise. I'm hoping they add another type of airplane that you can graduate to eventually, but we'll see what they plan to do. As of right now, they haven't really said that they plan to do that. It's just the Super Cub like plane that you can have right now. But honestly, that is a fun plane to fly. It's just limited on cargo space. And being limited on cargo space, eventually you're probably going to end up with jobs that you want to stack 3 or 4 more jobs, and you can't do that because you're not in space. So I hope that eventually they will have a plane that you can upgrade into that carries more cargo. But right now they don't have that planned. Like I said, as of right now, they don't have a release date planned. But I'm sure that as they develop this more, that will be coming soon. They'll mention that. As of right now, they haven't said anything about when they expect that to be released. But I am so looking forward to that day because I have been waiting on this game for a very long time, and it is everything that I hoped it would be, and perhaps even a little more, honestly. It's more fun than I expected to have. The concept is fantastic. Chris, the original creator of the concept, was a genius when he came up with this idea, in my opinion. It is exactly what someone who enjoys flying wants in a flight simulator. And I'm having a ball flying in this thing. So I hope that it releases sooner rather than later, but I also don't want them to send out a half-baked game that has a ton of bugs. But so far, it seems like they've done a really good job. As I said, mentioned a couple times, the previous playtest that I was in, there were some issues. I had some control issues. I had some stuttering, some lag issues, which I had a little bit here in the demo. You may have noticed, but not near as bad as it was in the other playtest I was in. They've improved some things already, just in this playtest alone. But I'm looking forward to the full release. I hope you enjoyed checking out this demo with me, and if I have some more content, I will be sure to share it. And if you like this type of thing, if you enjoyed checking this game out, please leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of it. If you have questions about it, let me know as well, and I'll try to answer them the best I can. That is all I have for this video. That's all the content I'm able to share with you. But hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully you learned something, and maybe found a new game to look forward to. If that's the case, please let me know. I would love to hear what your thoughts are on it. That is all I have, and I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Thanks for being here.